You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, 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 voices come. Credibility, now we are building news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. They count on me, they count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Man, them girl begin the security power. Make it call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. They count on me, they count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl begin, let's get the power. Make it call on me, count on me anyhow. We speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey, voices come. Credibility, now we are building news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, it's the way you want some. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl picking the get power. He call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we want, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. He call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey, voices down. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl picking the get power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we want, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking the get power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
February 3rd, a very good morning and welcome to the breakfast show that comes to you from Liberty Online Television. Alright, so one for big party. We're going to the program this Tuesday morning. My name is Alex Lawrence Kuruma.
Alright, and Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Well, today now Tuesday, the 3rd day of January 2026, and inside this edition of the breakfast show this Tuesday morning, today we can talk about the Sierra Governance and Corruption Diagnostic Report where the IMF do and pull this Leone ceremony in January 2026. We can look at that report today, and also we're gonna be PPRC, if not only follow the news since yesterday, the PPRC don't levy a fine against the All People's Congress APC party for sake of statements and wouldn't say member them that this party be make during the Saturday mammoth where they been getting at Atuga Stadium, and the fine where the PPRC levy against the All People's Congress APC party now 350,000 millions. Well, what's not the background to that? You will know inside this edition of the breakfast show as we go get for talk to the PPRC, and also we go talk to Zainab Sharif when one of the people where the PPRC been fined because of statements where PPRC say it been make na the mammoth where them be get over the weekend. Well, this and plenty other story them they inside this edition of the breakfast show where they come to you live na Liberty Online TV, and members you say for the watch show can drop you message, make you comments regarding the issues them where they discuss this morning na the breakfast show.
And of course, Google, part of the discussion also concerned them don't they come out but president in travel, and we don't they so much talks around that say the president in travel don't they cost a lot of money? We don't they get rumors IMF don't caution them. Of course, we get somebody from State House who can talk about Dandy. We can tell we more, but with Dandy taken in line with the president's action plan, we is a 2026 in a year of action. So how they want to merge this report, this governance and corruption report, and that of the president in travel. Many people is concerned, but we didn't say Danny they spoil the country money or they make the country they spend plenty money way Danny not too much necessary. But again, this is not in a way on all go answer. Maybe.
Alright, well, we'll continue with the breakfast show before we can look at that report today and talk about the issues we get for do with a lot of talks we go around about the president in traveling. We just first gonna PPRC and talk to the PPRC. As I say earlier, they levy a fine against the All People's Congress APC party when a total of 350 leons, 200 leons per that money day. We now the new leons, 200,000 leons, they go for the Secretary General, and 150 leons now against Zainab Sharif. Well, we go on the phone first. Let we hear it from the PPRC, how they levy this fine, waiting at the crime where them people here commit. We make the PPRC levy fine against them two people here na the APC. We go on the phone and get Olusegun David, when the Executive Secretary for PPRC. Good morning, Mr. David, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Hello?
All right, we did try forget Olusegun as we go talk to the PPRC. Then we go to Zainab Sharif for let we get an update on this particular fine where the PPRC don't levy against the All People's Congress APC party. As I tell you now in the mammoth meeting, after the meeting will be happen on Saturday. Now yesterday we see the PPRC being issue a public release who side and say they don't find the APC 350 leons in total because they say people them na the party be make statements we go against the PPRC act regarding the way our political parties for behave. We'll go on the phone for get Mr. David. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, listeners.
All right. Give me a background to the fine we on a levy against the All People's Congress and a total of 350 leons. Now, waiting results to that.
All right, thank you very much. I just need to set the context right, at least for the education of the listeners. Of course, not really the secret that last year, political actors debilitated media space. The utterances on the media platforms, they're not actually decent and really okay. On the 11th of November, the commission, the call on the leadership of the All People's Congress and the ruling CLM People's Party forget some discussions regarding the entrances by the respective members that they make at the media outlets. Of course, the commission is not meeting today display some snippets of some of the wordings and citations from the leadership of the respective parties. The leadership of both parties affirmed that they refrain and desist from such conduct and acts. And that not only the equally sign an agreement where they commit themselves to a decent media space to ensure, say, they refrain from all of their actions and their conduct there, where they actually undermine the peace. Fast forward, as provided in Section 39(2) of the Political Parties Act number 25 of 2022, it states clearly the procedures when there are infringements of the law. And 2A, Section 39(2)A, clearly states that for issue a warning letter. So following that meeting, will be issue a warning letter to both parties. Now, what happened this Saturday? Once they began the mammoth gathering, bringing together the membership, as I'm talking about the Congress, we start them today as well. We see the chance of no less a person than the National Secretary General of the All People's Congress, where that particular chance be in contravention with the provisions of Section 39(1)(c). And I'll just read what Section 39(1)(c) say. Now, it says, Section 39(1) states clearly, a political party, including its members, supporters, candidates, and operatives, shall not, you see, anytime where you see any legal provision, we say shall, which means it is mandatory, shall not be involved in, and I'll go to the C, the use of profane or obscene language, provocative songs against political opponents. And we see when the National Secretary General actually asks members of the party for sing a song against a leader of a political party. And that is in contravention with the provisions of 39(1)(c). Fast forward, you only see a member of the All People's Congress by the name of Zainab Sharif taking an interview with one popular social media bloggers called Born to Blog, where it incites and stir up the anger of citizens. Say that when people then see elections, according to your estimation, according to your utterances, not for only kill them mama, kill them papa, kill them, and wipe the entire bloodline. This is not a jungle country. This is not a jungle state. It's a state where actually be governed by the rule of law. And that particular statement is in contravention with Section 39(1)(d), where say the use of incendiary and inciting statements, including hate speech against political opponents. So those are the basis of the action of the commission, in tandem with the provisions of the law. And I want to make it clear, we don't find any individual. We find the party because of the infringement of Section 39(1)(c) by the National Secretary General of the party and Section 39(1)(d) member of the party. So these are two separate fights for the party. And that's the background.
Like you say, Mr. David, not two separate fines them. Let me start with the one for Zainab Sharif. At any point na that interview there where the PPRC pick up, we make una find it be make mention of any political leader na in interview, we make una find for the language we use.
Use of the word for kill, also the person killing mama, killing papa, killing Putin, and wipe the entire bloodline and incitement. That is incendiary, and that's very incisive. And that's exactly the provisions we contravene as contained in section 39(1)(d) of the Act.
In the case of the Secretary General of the All People's Congress, initially when you begin for talk, you say Onabi don't want the party. It comes surprising to the PPRC forget such statements that may come from the Secretary General of the All People's Congress. After we
well, of course, also
don't want them.
And so whom much is given, much is expected. Of course, as an institution, we surprise. And such utterance actually come out from no less a person, from the National Secretary General. And but again, we equally say politics is very emotive, and that's the reason why laws then be for govern the excesses of individuals. And that's exactly where the Commission gets a principal responsibility as bestowed on us by the people of Sierra Leone, because we are paid from the taxpayers' money, that will therefore provide and protect the sanctity of our political space. And that's the reason why we are employed as employees of the Political Parties Regulation Commission and given strict mandate as contained in the Political Parties Act number 25 of 2022. So it's our responsibility to ensure that we do all such things to protect the mandate and the instruments governing the operations of political parties within the states.
Unlike the Secretary General of the All People's Congress, where na an executive member, a lot of conversations don't they go around regarding how Zainab Sharif been placed under the APC for pay the dues, where according to, to individuals them on a sue, bona the party on a the fine. In this case, for Zainab Sharif, the statements we make, not so a statement we make official in the events, while the events they go on, like you have been stated earlier, an interview it grants to a social media blogger, how it can fall under the party directly?
It fall under the party because she took that interview whilst the party they organized mammoth meeting for its membership. So that means that interview was taken within the precincts of that vicinity, inside the crowd of that particular event, and in one of her utterances, she categorically stated that she was a member, or she is a member of the All People's Congress. When I will paraphrase her statement, she said, if she not lost the last election, we will not be able to protect the vote. We presupposes she's a part and parcel of the party. She did not say, in my opinion, we will not be able to protect. And that statement was made during an event organized by the party. So automatically it shows she is a member of the party.
All right.
And she took photographs with the members of the APC. So there is no way you can divorce Zainab from the All People's Congress.
All right, David, quick one. The APC, they say they get over 1 million supporters, and this now meeting on an open meeting. You know, feel say like the party not able to control everybody in view. So like when for a force from the party, if they condemn or support within and supporters say.
When you organize an event, as a leader, as leaders of institutions, organizations, you have a responsibility to ensure that you educate, inform the membership on provisions of the law. Section 39 make it very clear. A political party, including its members, supporters, candidates and operative. So that is it. And this particular act was not just PPIC generator. It was generated by the leadership of the respective political parties, taken to our House of Representatives, that's the parliamentarians, they vet them, they approve them, and it became law. So it's our responsibility to ensure that we protect the very law. The representatives of the people, which is our parliamentarians, don't give it.
Mr. David,
So
in as much as the PPRC, they try for do waiting day inside the law where the members of parliament agreed on for on our operations. Now, outside the commission, they draw the line for no say people also get freedom of expression where the constitution give them as a right. On our provision.
We don't stop anybody. It's constitutional provision that everybody gets freedom of expression. All right, we know that. And our responsibility is limited to operations of political parties. Other non-members, other citizens, they don't say things then. That is not for us. If it is inciting, it's for the police. If it is obscene, it's for the police. But when it comes to the operation of political party, it falls within our purview. It's our responsibility to act and take actions as prescribed by law.
So does that mean anybody where they're gonna any political gathering will make any statements where the PPRC consider as thing will go against una act, una they take action against the political party, whether una get proof for sure say the person is a legitimate member of that party or not?
The acts not provide for legitimate members only. Equally say supporters and operatives. So the person might not be a category member of the party, but might be a supporter or an operative of the party. Now, let's assume a PPIC staff go to media outlets without the approval of myself or the chairman or commissioners. They make utterances. Will you divorce that utterance from the position of the PPIC, irrespective of the fact that the leadership is not aware? The answer is no. Because as leaders, we ought to protect, we ought to provide information regarding legislations to our membership. So it behoves the political party that's forever for control the membership. It behoves them to inform their populace that you have to be conscious of what you say and you must not influence provisions of the law. You can express yourself in a decent and a decorous manner without inciting, without provoking, and without saying anything that may cause problems, even undermine the very national peace we all enjoy. It's the responsibility of every political party. So when you organize a meeting or a program, prior to that meeting, you have to educate and sensitize your members. The circumstance you fail to do, then the law will have to take its course. If you don't inform the staff about waiting for say, waiting up for say, and they go to public and say something on behalf of the PPIC, whether we send it or not, for the mere fact that they are staff of the PPIC, the whole world will take it as the gospel truth and take it as a position of the commission. So the same applies to political parties. We want to see a situation when political parties are more accountable to the citizenry. We want to see a situation when political parties push their agenda within the confines of the law in a very decorous manner, in a very civilized way, in a very decent manner, bringing their issues, their policies to the people, and winning and galvanizing the support of the populace. That's the type of society we want to see. That's the society we want to yearn for. That's the society where anybody will win, be able to govern a very civilized citizenry in a very peaceful way they equally promote national cohesion and development. I am not sure that any of our political leaders want to govern a state that divided or fragmented. I'm not even sure that any of the political leaders that aspire for insight or make wars may will actually lead to anarchy. So if that is not the case on the part of our political leaders, it is now our responsibility collectively to ensure that our citizens, our members are educated and informed properly. So that is it, and that's the position of the commission.
Mr. David, the money where the commission they find political parties. Outside the money they go and waiting when they do it.
Of course, the law make them very clear. In the circumstance when those monies are paid, of course, the law make them very clear. Just like how when political parties that they pay the application fees goes to the consolidated fund. So the law is clear. The law is clear. And above all, that's the reason why audit service on a year-to-year basis they come and watch your books. So that's the reason why the committee in charge of oversight, the House of Parliament, they equally interface with the Political Party Regulation Commission on a regular interval. So there are checkmates on the actions and decisions of the commission along the way.
So if the 7 days where on don't give the party for pay this fine pass, they not pay, what happens next?
We will take the next line of action as provided by Section 39 2C of the Political Parties Act number 25 of 2022.
What's in that provision they say?
Suspension.
All right. Many thanks to you, Olusegun David, the Executive Secretary for PPRC. It just be the confirm that interview they say then find the All People's Congress APC party a sum of 350 leons because then fail not say the Secretary General and that's of one of them party supporter or members, Zainab Sheriff. They make statements and one interview where he grants na the Mammoth Gathering where the APC been gets over the weekend. Well, we did try forget the Secretary General of the APC, but meanwhile, we just go on the phone and talk to Zainab Sheriff as the individual na one pan the people them where the PPRC fine a 150,000 leons. And let we hear from this morning. If you don't get the information about this particular fine where the PPRC don't levy against the All People's Congress as one of the person where according to the PPRC, it be make statements them we go against provisions of the act and conduct of political parties them according to the PPRC Act. So now just don't hear from Mr. David, where it's not to the individuals them then fine but not the party. But in this case, in a one pan the people them where then cite out say being grants an interview we go against the PPRC Act. So we try forget Zainab Sheriff on the phone so that we go here inside of this whole issue, and later we might get the Secretary General of the All People's Congress APC party.
All right, the program we watch now, the Liberty Breakfast Show, they come to you from Liberty Online Television. Whilst we try for get Zainab on the phone. Don't forget, so you can send a comment on any of the platform them we watch with this morning, or send message now the number 078 200 545. Also, you can send a comment on issues that we will discuss. After we're done with the phone lines, we'll come at the studio and discuss the IMF report and issues where it gets to do with the president in travel and that of action where the president be declared earlier this year.
All right.
All right.
We'll go on the phone now and talk to Zainab Sheriff. Good morning, Zainab, and welcome to the Breakfast Show. Good morning, Zainab, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mabel. Thanks for having me.
I guess you they follow the Breakfast Show this morning. We just don't talk to PPRC, and you know one of the individuals them where according to the release we can public then find the All People's Congress APC party a sum of 350 leons. Where 150 leons of that money they now against you because of statements them where the PPRC say you make inside one interview where you grant to a blog and make comments them where go against the PPRC code of conduct for the political parties them. You don't hear about this information?
I see a press release yesterday where everybody forward to me, but I don't quite understand waiting them find me for because they're not talking. Then just quote the Bible like for good check Act 39.70 whatever. So me no know waiting really them find me for, and I said many things.
So the people
and also I don't know why they will find me through APC because I speak on my own. I was not on an APC platform. I attended the meeting as a citizen of Sierra Leone, and every statement that I made is on behalf of my country, not on behalf of APC.
So we just don't talk to the PPRC, and according to the executive secretary where we talk to just now, it say you make statements at this interview where you grant the blog, talk about if the thief election for kill people and kill the whole generation. And according to the executive secretary, now then comments and the way you make go against the acts for political parties them and their member and supporters them. Whenever they can guard reason they did, then can comments and come according to them, it go against the acts.
Well, what I said was, I say, based on waiting, we don't beat through a salon. We all know saying a one-party state, rig election, corruption. Now, in cause one a salon for 11 years, we cause over 70,000 people them die, and they rape over 157,000 women. And then more than 2.5 million people were displaced. You could see what rig election, corruption, and one-party state can cause. Now, if we calculate that to equate it to a bloodline, it doesn't matter how much the Mangibele, how much speaking the Ebona family. For erasing bloodline, you don't even need for kill each 100 people them. If we need for get rid of 100 people to save 8.5 million people, I say let's do it. Because in democracy, the happiness of more is better than the happiness of few. If you are going to torture over 8 million people, what is 100 people? So this is my statement. Let me repeat it again. It was not a mistake. I planned it and I said it. Anybody will get planned for rig election as salon going forward, or anybody wherever rig election, where we know say this person in rig election. We not only for kill that person, we for killing mama and papa and
Zainab. Zainab, when you talk earlier, you make mention say you don't know why the PPRC find you through the All People's Congress APC party. Are you saying you're not a registered member of the APC?
I am a member of the APC party, but my statement did not come. I not go talk on an APC platform, not to APC send me for talk. I speak on behalf of Sierra Leone and as a Sierra Leonean. But we believe the past election was rigged, we not get results, and PPRC or NPRC not do anything about that. So we, the people of Sierra Leone, need to stand up for ourselves and fight for ourselves. Because even APC did not fight for us. APC did not protect our votes. So we, the people of Sierra Leone, it is upon us to protect our votes, to protect our democratic rights. Because we have sacrificed a lot for democracy and peace. If they say this peace and democracy, we don't sacrifice so much for we not go enjoy them, then let it burn.
So peace and the democracy way they say for the use inciting statements them where you know say go affect the peace way they advocate for.
How does a statement that said murder the bloodline that want to destroy my country, that is over 8 million people inside, you know what is inciting? Rigging the election, manipulating election, that is inciting.
And you also know
that is making problem. If PPRC really want fight for salon, let them say we how the election go and let them try to protect the election going forward. If you fight for us, we will not need to come out and make statements like that. But if we have to fight for ourselves, we will do it the way we know how to. You will not show us how to fight for ourselves. You either fight for us or stay out of the matter.
Zainab, we also know say democracy, they go the rule of law. So if anybody violates any of the laws of the country, we get caught them way for go for seek redress. So why, if any Sierra Leonean get concerned about election process, why you not use the court than you the advocate for make then kill people?
Do you trust the justice system, sir?
That's why you get democracy.
No, I'm asking you a direct question. Do you trust the justice system in Sierra Leone? Do you trust that the justice system works?
The question is, that's why we have a justice system. That's why you get different platform. Why not?
You have not answered. Do you trust the justice system?
I wish I would be able to answer the question, but me they ask now.
If you cannot answer that question, I'm not going to talk to you any longer. You cannot send me to court when you don't even trust the court. Am I a fool? Anybody rig election as alone, we suppose kill and we kill in one whole family. So I have said it.
For a quick disclaimer, always in Zainab Sharif they say this morning in personal opinion, and we continue with the interview.
Thank
this
you.
not to any in any way opposition of Liberty Online TV, but now Zainab Sheriff in personal opinion.
I absolutely agree with that.
Zainab, so at this stage, even after where the PPRC don't find the APC because of statements them way you make, you still stand by waiting you been say another interview there?
I stand by waiting and say go the end, and them going after APC for what I say, they're just trying to bully APC. I hope APC will not tolerate it from them. APC not able to send me for go talk no side because they're not even fit for me. They're not defend me democratic rights. We vote, our vote never counts. Most of Sierra Leonean believe they matter do not win the election. They're not supposed for them power, but it they would have fought for we. Sierra Leoneans, I'm telling you, fight for yourself. If you suffer through the war, they kill your mother, they kill your father, they rape you, kill your children. It is your time to fight. You've sacrificed for peace. Own it. You sacrifice for democracy. Own it. If you don't get it, fight for yourself.
At this stage, you go advise the APC where the PPRC don't fine for pay on your behalf, because according to the PPRC, now the party then fine and not to individuals. But you know one of the people where they name as person we make statements we go against the regulations them. You'd advise the party for pay this 150 loans on your behalf?
Hell no, if they pay, they are not paying for me. They are not paying for me. Let me just say it. If APC pay, they are just wasting their money. I will continue to speak for my country till the end. If they begin to pay for me, then go pay till 2028. Because there is much I have to say. Let APRC then come after me as a Sierra Leonean. I am not speaking on behalf of APC. I am speaking on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, the people that have treated unjustly, the people that voted and their vote does not count. And people are aiming to treat us again 2028. You want to ruin our future? We will ruin you and your family. We'll go to your village, burn your houses.
Zainab, you feel in any way, say, this action want for suppress your freedom of expression?
Yes, I feel like saying I want for oppress me freedom of speech. After when I don't oppress me votes. Now PPRC or whatever, they can't tell me say I know for talk, I know for speak. I will tell people how to act. Let me ask you a question. If we can sit on one man can rig an election, let's say that man they get 10, 20, 80 picking their way born or in family all is about 80 people. Then that rig election they cause us war, cause us instability for 8 million people. Tell me, 8 million people versus a bloodline.
So if you feel
in democracy, the happiness of more, I repeat, is better than the happiness of few.
If you feel so, then they suppress you. You get any plan for take legal action against PPRC?
Yes, I get plan for sue PPRC.
How?
I sue them for hypocrisy and lying, congosa and incapability and trying to oppress me. I will sue them. If APC pay for me, I will sue APC back. Me a citizen of this country, nobody know they pay for me. Nobody not pay for me. Let them come go and cut any side.
So in this
if
case,
APC pay for me back, I sue them for lying, congosa and pizza body because not to they send me. They don't get no right for pay for me.
Zainab, you be earlier saying you're a registered member of the APC. Are you saying
yes,
if
I am.
Someone new regarding this issue, you're not going to show up?
If what?
If the party someone new regarding this issue, you go appear?
Yes, I go appear. I get respect for the party. I go appear and tell them, say, make them not pay for me. Not to them send me, they know that. In fact, not to on top of the APC stage, where APC they give them speech all para meeting, they never give mic to give me speech. Not to their talk. Now when the events done, where are they going? And the reporter then call me for go talk to me. So literally the reporter then call at me for get me own opinion as a citizen. As the spokesperson of We Duty organization, it is our duty to protect this country. I said what I have to say, and I said it, I will say it again, and I mean it.
But this particular statements where you make, you not be make in the position of the spokesperson for We Duty. The event was an APC event, not to be a national event, and being called on the members and supporters them for day so that they go address them.
But we get members, then we go as We Duty organization. We don't go as APC members. We go as We Duty organization. They know that. That's how we went. All of us, our women were there. We went there representing Sierra Leone, not APC. Me, the reason you need for no, we're not even happy with APC entirely. We still want the APC say we waiting and go do about we vote. What are the mechanism what they don't do for protect with democratic rights? They have not done that. If you notice at that meeting there, we flag that as began and they call meeting. People in the campus that meeting, but when APC call meeting, people are reluctant to go because people are still angry and hopeless. So it's not like we're entirely happy about APC. For me, for Canton App, they talk on behalf of APC. Yes, I am APC. Yes, I am a member. If they call me, I will go. I respect them. And I'm willing to work with them. But these things I'm saying that I'm not saying them on behalf of APC. So if PPIC no say believe in self, believe the truth, and how they do justice selectively as they do, I mean, come after me. Let them not come make like saying APC do them something. And if APC pay for me, I they sue APC for lie and Congo, sir. Yes.
All right, Zainab, many thanks where you talked to me this morning. That's Zainab Sharif, a member of the All People's Congress, APC party, as a confirmed that interview, they say, yes, in a member of the APC, but no, in not go pay any fine, and no, they advise the party for pay a fine on in behalf, because according to Ram, they say the statements they will make not to be for the All People's Congress APC party. And once more, just a disclaimer for say all waiting Zainab Sharif states na the program this morning na in opinion and not to in any way position of the editorials of Liberty Online TV.
All right. Well, we from the phone line with the Kana studio, and of course, as earlier on, maybe I'll be telling you, we have to look at the IMF report and other concern them whether they come out around the presidency recently, particularly the issue of travel. So I concern on the come out say the president in travel, they make the country spend plenty couple. And say the president we don't promise say this year will be a year of action. When they look at the Sierra Leone governance and corruption diagnostic report, we IMF they pulled this earlier this year, January 9 to be specific. We'll look at the concern and what they raised in this report. We'll look at the way the president they travel. We'll also look at how this therefore affect or impact the president in declaration for year of delivery for this 2026. So for April talk about that this morning, we'll get two seasoned gentlemen them at the studio. We'll get Thomas Dixon, on a social commentator, journalist. He is the chairman for the Guild of Editors. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right. We also get Mike Barrow, the director of communications at State House, and a person we always there for discuss issues of governance and that of national development. A very good morning to you, sir.
It's a pleasure having me. Good morning.
All right. Let me start with Thomas Dixon. When it comes to IMF, World Bank, and other reports, now one of the journalism we don't they follow these things and don't they write about them. To start with, you don't come across this report, the Sierra Leone Governance and Corruption Diagnostic Report.
Yeah, the Sierra Leone Governance and Corruption Diagnostic Report. That's the actual name. Governance and Corruption Diagnostic Report was a request where the government of Sierra Leone be made to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, for do a diagnosis. Where they say diagnosis for look at the problems then. They lead to they manage with public finance very well. Issues there where they lead to corruption of country. Issues there where they lead to how they manage the state very well, and so on and so forth. So the IMF being get for do this report in February of 2025, and then do this report, but them present this report to government, and government be upload them at the website. At the Ministry of Finance be uploaded on the website in January early this year. This report contains several things. It contains the state of corruption in the country. It talk about the state of the current state of state-owned enterprises in the country. Like when I say state-owned enterprises, this now who can call parastatals. We enterprises that we government own, 100% own or either 50% own, like Seratel, we almost don't die now, like EDSA, like Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, which is 100% fully indigenous Sierra Leone Bank, like a local commercial bank, which is partially owned by the state, like Sierra Leone State Lottery, like many other, we get so many state-owned enterprises that our government either fully own or partially own. They also look at how they generate fund, and at the National Revenue Authority, how they generate fund. In fact, what is interesting to know is that according to the report, about 12.7% of we GDP will be lost to corruption through revenue generation. That means the money we then generate, we don't generate. We for April, or make this country grow. Most of them they go in the hands of corruption. Then the report also sternly condemn this issue of target with the NRA can put for themselves. Sometimes, they can surpass those targets, surpass them very well, and they know they report the rest. Because they don't surpass like 2%, the rest when they get there, they report them. So that's the report they pinpoint that. The report also look at the rule of law in the country and the fight against corruption. The report say the fight against corruption, highlighting several international reports on corruption, the state of corruption. They show decline, including the CPI, the Corruption Perception Index, where Sierra Leone don't move from 33 to 35. We don't show decline. And the report also mentioned recently the state-owned, one of the state-owned enterprise where government create, where the Mineral Wealth Fund. And the report being for expose a lot of things about the Mineral Wealth Fund, including the special purpose vehicle where government creates. The report say we the Mount View Cousin. Say Mount View Cousin, they sign contract with government for manage the resources of government with regards to the Mineral Wealth Fund that Kasafoni. So the report be highlight, say first of all, Mount View Cousin not able for account or show them books to Sierra Leone. They're not able for tell Sierra Leoneans how they go transparently manage these resources. So it talk about rule of law, how Sierra Leoneans they not get trust in the rule of law, how that they pose serious threat to investment in Sierra Leone. Because say we investors that they come, then get the rule of law. Now one of the things that we get for strong in the country, all the investors then come for invest, then talk about how that one day not too strong. The perception of that among Sierra Leoneans is not too good. That with regards to the rule of law. Then talk about one thing very important. We get for do the autonomy in some of their offices then. Then we the independence of some of these institutions. For example, the Anti-Corruption Commission. The state say we get the political and the elite class when they do appointments among themselves. And they make the institution, they rob them of their true independence. Then point out to the fact, say, they mention other country them. In fact, the interesting thing about the report, they not just make the report, they make recommendation, they mention other country, how then they do the you, now then they appoint you ACC boss. See, then they get special committee, people and they apply to this committee. This committee, they shortlist 3 names to the president. And the president, among the 3 names they represent, talk about the process of appointing judges now in the country, where they say not independent, because this process, now the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, according to the Constitution, now in the make recommendation to the president. They say the Chief Justice and member of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. They mention, say, the 2 members of the Bar Association, other members then the lawyer, other members from the Bar Association, 2 other ad hoc members then Kindede, a member of the Appeals Court. So they say the process no transparent. They mention similar process again of appointing Chief Justice. So there are lots and lots of things the way the World Bank put out, where I think say as a state, we need for look into, because now we make the request first of all to World Bank, say, wanna do this report for we. And World Bank do this report for we. And they expose several anomalies, including about $6 million we in 2024 World Bank see missing. So there are a whole lot of things about this report. As we go progress, we go inside the
report proper.
When it comes to back shortly, We just want to go quickly on the line as we will conclude that issue we get to do with the PPRC and can continue with we studio guest them. We'll go on the virtual link for join Abdul Malik Bangura, when a legal practitioner, he been got a piece with a right regarding this issue where the PPRC find the All People's Congress APC party. Let me go on the virtual link and share Malik's opinion quickly. Good morning, Malik, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, all of you.
Very well, thank you. We just don't talk to the PPRC, and we also talk to Zainab Sharif, when one of the people where the PPRC fine for sake of comments them we be making a one interview we being granted to a blog, where according to the PPRC, now thing them we go against the regulations them for political parties and conduct. You're not a legal practitioner, and he writes a whole piece regarding the issues here where they come up between the PPRC and political parties. Share your opinion with the public regarding the issue where they between the PPRC and political parties. Specific one this time around with the APC.
Yesterday, we all see the PPRC issue a statement or a press release where they say they fine the All People's Congress Party for some comments there were some members of the party make during the events where they hold last weekend. Actually, from a constitutional and an administrative law perspective, we get for know first of all that the statement where PPIC make and the allegations or crimes that when they talk about say now the things and the APC people and do revolves around the rights to freedom of expression, which is a constitutional right in Sierra Leone. Section 25(1) give you the right to freedom of expression, and it is an entrenched clause in our constitution, and the right to freedom of expression that basically could be exercised by only the Supreme Court, or the Supreme Court now in they regulate the right to freedom of expression. Although Section 25(2) of the Constitution say your rights to freedom of expression are restricted by the law in democratic Sierra Leone, which concerns themselves with the protection of public safety, public health, public morality, and for the protection of the rights and reputations of other members of the society. So we need to ask ourselves now, what are these laws? Of course, the PPIC Act, the Right to Access Information Act, we have the criminal, of course, we get the criminal libel law, which has been repealed, but we still get the defamation laws. We get the law involving contempt of court, contempt of parliament, and defamation. We get all the laws there. So the IMC Act, all these are laws that revolves around the protection of the rights and reputations of other members of the society. What we are saying here, or what I'm saying here yesterday, was that we are not chastising or hitting hard at the PPIC. Of course, the PPIC gets their own rights, constitutionally conferred on them, administratively regulated on them. But the problem we have now is the procedure. For you to take a fine revolving what is a constitutional right, there should be a proper procedure which will have been followed for the fine to be made. Like for instance, this no Ayeri where Zainab they say, you don't even know what they fine am for. For we, when you talk about rule of law, there are several components that are very fundamental to the concept of rule of law. One which has to do with the aspects where say audit ultra partem. We lawyers when they say audit ultra partem, it's a Latin maxim where say always hear the other side. You cannot be an accuser, you be a regulator, and you be the executioner at the same time. If it is something that has to do with the right to freedom of expression, it has to do with a statement that is made, then there should be a procedure to follow. And then you also have the other maxim where say, nemo judix in causasua. You cannot be a judge in your own cause. The PPIC cannot say this person violate this, and as a result, the same PPRC again now then conduct, and they don't even conduct a hearing. They just fine. You can just wake up one morning and just fine. People should know. You have to treat the members of public with some amount of respect because the
Malik,
right to fair hearing, yeah, yes,
even before this fine they
Mabel.
come, it be don't happen initially, the APC be don't pay fine, the SLPP self be don't pay fine, and even before then they begin take their measures, yeah, according to the PPRC, then be meet with them political parties, yeah, apart from the fact, say, laws and provisions they inside the acts where they're supposed to go by, then be don't engage them outside and agree for conduct themselves according to their laws, yeah. And then cite the provisions of the act, where for this one they say they violate section 39(1)(c) and section 39(1)(d) of the Political Parties Act of 2022, where they show how political party members, supporters them for behave and conduct themselves when they get some kind of functions and they.
Totally agree with you, my dear Mabel. But the law is also saying that prior warning does not replace administrative procedure. Every case is dealt with based on the specificity of a given circumstance. They use an holistic approach and say you dey apply and retrospectively for anything where they happen. For everything, any allegation, anything, you get for use them based on the specific case. Wetin happen with the fine where the APC then be paid in the instance of Honorable Lahai Mara? It's not the same as to what happened in the case of my learned senior Lansana Dumbuya and Zainab Sharif.
But
Each
the
case
use
gets
of
a
the
specific.
language.
Well, this now the basis first I don't set, Mabel. Anything we got for do with rights to freedom of expression, the use of language should be through procedure because it is a constitutional guaranteed right. When you
So
look at section 25,
are
1
you
of the
saying
constitution, it is a
the
constitutional right.
Malik, are you saying the allegations where the PPRC makes certain people here incite and use words them were not good for the country? Are you saying the PPRC misplaced their judgment?
I'm not talking about the judgment of PPIC. I'm talking about the procedure to issue the fine.
What would have been
The
done in this
procedure
case
is
if
not
not the
clear.
fine?
Pardon?
If not the fine where the act give them power for fine the political parties them, waiting them for don't do?
They should have had a clear communication. Now you dey go tell Zainab Sharif for pay 150 million. I stand to be corrected. Zainab Sharif don't talk to Nayajidis to say, even know waiting they fine am for. Is that rule of law? Is that natural justice? If you don't call Zainab Sharif Kautin lawyer there, and ask her, you said so thing in so date.
Malik, if
You
you
know,
listen
in
to
this
David,
instance, in this
Malik,
age of AI, and
Malik, if you
anything
listen
can
to
happen.
David,
You should have done a clear. Hello,
hello,
Alex.
Malik, yes, if you listen to David, not to Zainab directly, then fine, at the political party where they represent, and the side where he make the comment. Now the gathering, the political party call. Now they make that statement. So not to like Zainab directly then fine, but the party were not able for like guide them, support her, the motive for say now the party now that they don't get agreement with. Now they don't sign agreement with say if you say this or you violate we act, will they take so action against you?
Why some of you they call up for the issue of fair hearing? Section 23 of the Constitution, everybody get rights to fair hearing. It is the only right in our 1991 Constitution that is an absolute right. It is also a non-derogable right. Not even in a state of emergency, you can put aside the right to fair hearing. You know why make we for do hearing in some of the issues there? Number one, you don't find a political party for a statement by a member which the political party does not endorse. The fact that somebody go APC gathering and go make a statement does not mean, even when not an official statement. Zainab did not make an official statement. That doesn't mean you can find the APC for it. Almost SLPP member and then a streets where they make statements na social media. But now, let's look for instance, this guy also when they call Kadigu Kaikai or whatsoever. When he talks in the couch war, if they're not, if SLPP get a flag bearer, did the PPIC find the SLPP for it?
But at that time, maybe don't get the agreement.
The SLPP did not endorse the statement. For you to find a political party for a statement made by a member, there should be a clear line of endorsement. This is why you have to do a hearing for know if the party actually endorsed the statements of Zainab Sharif. You cannot just wake up one morning and say because Alex or Abdul Malik is a member of APC, now I have done an opinion. Does it mean that my opinion is the opinion of the APC party?
All right, Malik.
These are things that are not taken, they don't do haphazardly. Anything we got to do with procedure, the right to fair hearing, right to freedom of expression, right to freedom of association are things that we tread carefully when dealing with them because these are constitutional rights. You cannot put aside constitutional rights by mere administrative procedure.
All right, Malik, many thanks where you join with this morning through the virtual link for share your opinion regarding this issue where according to you nothing them way the constitution give people rights of freedom of expression and you prefer say the PPRC for to engage the people and force before then they find the political party. Well, we'll continue for follow that matter day like I've been telling now in subsequent programs then we will try for talk to the Secretary General of the All People's Congress APC party. But today come now to the studio guest them earlier on we done the listen to Thomas Dixon. We already done the lady premise regarding the conversation this morning. For sake of findings them where IMF been do a special reports when the governance and corruption diagnostic reports. Then pull the reports in January this year. I guess governments don't lay hands on them because it day na the official websites them. When they come over to Mike Brewer because we don't hear it from Thomas Dixon regarding this particular report. I guess Mike, yourself don't see the report. I will just quickly go through some key findings them from the reports. Then find out the corruption is persistent now the governance landscape and also it affects the economic growth of the country, the fiscal governance then say characterized by systemic and structural weakness, the rule of law and so many other things them way earlier we colleague be don't highlight. Firstly, as a government, we know saying our government ask for let them do this particular reports, but on a surprise with the findings of the reports.
No, I don't say surprised. We're not. First of all, good morning, Mabel. I'm glad you let the premise and my brother back lay the premise in a government asks for the report. You know, this is not a technical assistance report we then they do for countries. If you take a look at the Ghana report and we report it just similar, you know, they focus on a lot of things, fiscal monetary discipline, and look at we governance issues, and at the end of the day, guess what? Now for strengthening we institutions. So this is the thing. I'm glad you want to self-lead the premise. This government is a government that wants to do better. We are not saying there is no corruption. We know they say ills not there within we fiscal system. We know they say problems not there within governance structure. But the objective is we want to do better. President Bill want to do better. And I make with a look for the authoritative institutions there. Let them do an assessment for we. Let them give me the report. Let them see who side who gaps there. Let them see who side problems in there. And we self take them for do better. Nobody know the talk now say corruption all day. I always come to radio stations when I sit. I don't talk about perfection. I talk about progress. I talk about what we are doing. Usa will be day. Usa will come out. Usa will day. And Usa will they go. So we don't see the report. If I can answer your question, we are looking at it. The financial and economic management team led by the president and financial players within this country, they look at them. And all the recommendations and what they put inside the report, how we tell them for do, it comes with structural changes. It comes with institutional changes. It comes with digital systems. We are going to work on them for be better. And every time when them reports they come, I can tell you, you look at the fiscal reforms. Every time, like every report they come every year, when they come report, you look at from 2023, did we do better in 2024? Did we do better in 2025? So I can tell you, you take a look at revenue generation, most of report, my brothers, you know, landed money go agree, say, we did better. We do taxes, we expand tax compliance. You look at how you call it, we medium-term revenue strategy, what they try for incorporate digitalization inside. We look at how don't digitalize with fiscal space to local councils across this country. These are all reforms where they speak to what? The way inflation don't come down. These are all reforms where they look at the way we spending, we don't cut with spending. These are all reforms where they look at the way they manage the little money we'll get for make sure say every Sierra Leonean feel am.
But at this stage, Mike, for so many people, even though yes, now government ask for let this report be done, most of the findings, sort of things that we knew, nothing the way we the journalism, for example, don't they bring out to governments, although at times now can bash at the media say, then they try for make the issues that appear the way they not be. Not a thing that we knew, we make people expect, say we shouldn't be talking about then kind of reports here at this stage. We for the talk about improvements in we infrastructures, we for the talk about independence of we institutions, and we all of them weakness and then at the way the reports can highlight at this stage. Over 8 years down the line, we're still talking about on don't accept the reports, on they look at the recommendations.
Yeah, maybe look. Corruption we ever done. Yeah. No government Sunday we don't get corruption. Corruption, it's an intrinsic thing within in we human beings them. With daily lives, institution. But what we do is we alleviate it to the bare minimum. We're not going to affect government output, we're not going to affect growth, we're not going to affect economic indicators. So corruption no ever done. You take a look at American governments today, you see them, I will highlight corruption in education, healthcare, corruption in the governance structure. You go to Rwanda, corruption not ever done. But you no go, when you talk every year, you no go disagree with we say, maybe we have not made gains in corruption, Alex. You look at the reports them from authoritative institutions, 7 years straight across the line, we've made tremendous gains. I don't know. Are we going to do more? Yes. Are we serious about doing it? Yes. What are the metrics we've put in place and the reforms we've put in place for fight corruption? I will outline them here for you.
But again, it's a corruption or they ever done. Waiting many people they look at and different with the statement you make. When on we can power, some of our government officials them, we accuse the past government, saying one of the most corrupt government than they. The kind of corruption they do. No other government no one they commit. And we see this kind of reports at 7 to 8 years when I don't in power. Then either accept the corruption or they ever done. What's again as a government don't they do for fight corruption? What's in the ACC?
We don't do beaucoup. It is reflected on the reports where they come from lots of authoritative institutions across this country. Yeah, you look at the MCC report. My man, follow we land the MCC on a 400 million plus. Not the money they put now Ghana must go. Now what do they do? Now the policies them how they put in place. Now the way we they fight corruption. You don't see how we don't bring people them, even when a part of the government, we don't expose them. Corruption. We don't see how the anti-corruption don't recover over $2 million from people them. So my argument is this again, Alex. The way corruption be days 10 years ago, when my mother they work for 6 months, then go now 1 month and they pay them. Where people then need to line for buy basic commodities like petrol, yes. Where we see pervasive corruption within institutions across this country. I will give you a statistical report 2013. Where says Sierra Leone was the worst corrupt country in the whole world. Nobody know want to do business with this country. It is not like that again. Let's measure the progress. It's not.
But again, this one same government, and they don't see, for example, the Parani issue. I don't see cases them way when they protect people them when they know government For example, we see una parade teacher in a street. We see when the GTT reports be come out, una be pay more attention for go after the past government officials them. But when it comes to una own issue now, una the dialogue, una the talk and behind the door, you know, the discuss and say, okay. For example, the parent issue, Senate, as far as the president will take a decision, when you get an institution who get the powers for act and punish people that way.
The institution do what they need for do. We see how they interrogate Paran. We see it was a public conversation across this country.
They get for refer back to an office.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, president, of course, is the ceremonial head of this country. We see Taylor Pierce and not refer back to president. So, cases then they want exceptional cases, they wouldn't go refer back to president because it's the ceremonial of this country. But we see what they do with Paran. We see how at the end of the day, accommodate. We see how in woman they find some with gear. We see how they recover. So now we understand the ACC approach back in corruption. The ACC approach in corruption, they don't make them very clear. It's not all the time about punitive measures like putting a jail. They also get recovery, part of their strategy. Like for recover law, we see how people that would don't embezzle money recently, not to houses that we don't see, they don't catch so. For recover, because at the end of the day back, you also get for look at when you hold somebody, you put on a jail back, it's a burden on the government. It's a burden for putting in a prison, it's a burden for taking care of them. So it boils down to what again you get from people them whether extort from government. So you look at them in different perspective. Let's look at the records. Me always tell people, say, let's look at the records. We look at corruption. What have we done? Have we made gains? The same corruption they talk about. APC, they didn't fail them. 7 years. Consistently in a role, whether they didn't ever pass them. One can, because we pass corruption, I could get MCC. So we're doing better. Are we there? No. Is corruption finished in this country? No. Is corruption at the lowest minimum? No. Are we making progress on corruption? Yes.
Quickly before we come to Thomas, let's just read the last recommendation here where they talk about the anti-corruption efforts will benefit from stronger prevention, independence, and transparency across oversight institutions. Then they ask say, that's not the IMF, they ask say key steps including verification and publication of asset declarations and appointment through a new independent recommendation body. Then they ask say for implement the reports in line with the anti-corruption plan and forget a more merit-based appointment.
So this is a technical.
You know what it means. For let the IMF, they ask for a merit-based appointments in governance. If you talk about fight against corruption and all of that, how the government interpret this recommendation?
So that's why I say we'll take it with good faith. Like I tell you, so we are a government that wants to do better. President Bio is very transparent and mean good for this country. All the authoritative institutions and reports, they're not to report the bash. Another can't you see don't you say IMF, World Bank reports like this. We are going to look at it. That's why at the end of the day's recommendation, like I said, we are the ones who asked them to do it. We want an independent view. We want an independent opinion.
Believe waiting be they come from the public, the media, civil society. Because if they take all of the calls here, whether they come year in year out, and not be need for go ask IMF special committee for go do an investigation and pull a report again. Because these are not new things.
No, maybe
nothing that will be done. They talk year in year out.
We've been listening. That is why you see the progress along the line. That's why I mentioned the indexes, the corruption indexes. The progress is a lot. But listen. Then people that are technical people, they're different from you.
They are different, but the issues are the same.
So
the issues are where they highlight in the reports, they are the same issues.
That's why
we be done they talk about.
That's why I totally agree with you. These are technical people. This report they don't provide so. Not forget say. Then when they highlight the problem, we are going to also go back to them for let them help you for do trainings. Most of them think that are structural reforms. We are going to go back to them. It's not like where CSOs and they talk about journalists.
So now una believe because of technical team from the IMF.
We've always been a listening government. President Bio has always been a listening president. We've come here, we've started. That's why we call media. That's why we support you. That's why we've created the space for media to thrive, to media to grow. We are on a paddy, on the bashwi, we come back now on our studios and we talk. So we don't create that level playing field. My point that they say is, if you're looking at, let's don't look at perfection here, let's look at progress. You want to tell me, say, from how corruption be there, this man say, what's there, I mean, brother. And not tell me, say, how corruption be there, so they, not fancy.
But this is what they say government now, like, of course, I say, but not say now part of the requirement for the extended credit facility on another 187 million.
No, but the IMF don't disburse already. The recommendations the way IMF we don't do today, we don't work on them. So like I tell you, say we are government we want to do better. This is it. Like when you get picking. At the end of the day, you highlight the picking problems. Then that picking want to do better. We not better picking. They do, they study, they doing homework, they go small. So like I said, this country have a lot of things that we don't go wrong in this country. A lot of structural problems. I don't get an APC person, you don't have to highlight that. So because the civil society not they represent an APC. But we came here
having an APC and SLPP.
Exactly. But we came here, we came into this country.
The IMF pool upon request of the government, now we discuss.
So
it has nothing to do with the APC.
I totally agree. We came into power. A lot of structural damages be there. From with financial policies, with fiscal policies, with government apparatus, a lot. And some of them think they will need technical people them for help we for train capacity. That is why it boils down to what? We were deliberate when we choose 5 big changes, Mabel. Very deliberate. We align them with the sustainable development goals of this country. With all what they talk so boils down to what? Public service architecture. When a pillar 4 of President Bio in big 5 changes. So what would they ask institutions them for do an independent audit on we? Do an independent assessment on we? Would they use them tools there, then results there, then measures there for do better?
In 2026, where elections is 2028.
Yeah,
do you have the time for implement and achieve?
We do. That is what
you able to achieve in 8 years.
That is what governance
2 years.
If you compare we comparatively, if we still do a comparative analysis from 2020, from whole kind of power, from 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We'll look at different indicators. You go see, say we're doing better. Every year we're doing better. We are not retrogressing at every sector. We're doing better. So every report when they come every year, we'll look at the trajectory. And I make President Bio say this is a year of action. The year of action, we are also going to look at where the gaps are. We are going to look at where problems are. We are going to look at how we can do better. All that day boils down to the year of action. We go affect the daily man within the streets.
All right, let me just bring Thomas in. You just don't hear it from Mike from the government lens. Then believe say then don't make inroads, and this not just reports we come, but then go implement waiting inside it. Although it say they accept the findings. So you like I've been they ask Mike just now. Some of these issues, government's been need for wait for a technical reports for accept say they exist.
I believe say government in the report safe in terms of corruption. The report highlights say the president been no say there is massive corruption in the country. So means say government aware say corruption in the country. And it massive. And the report, so as how many border they say the reports they talk about the severity of corruption in Sierra Leone. And they maintain that corruption is still severe in Sierra Leone and pose serious challenge to developmental stride. They talk about indexes. The report mentioned indexes. For example, he mentioned, not only in the report, he mentioned the Millennium Challenge Corporation scorecards. In the Millennium Challenge Corporation scorecards, it is true that we made improvement in corruption for 2 years. We score above 80%. We, in fact, one of the reasons why we could land this compact. But at the same time, in the last 3 years, the indicators that already come don't show say there is a drop in the percentage in the score of corruption from 80 to 74 to 72. No, allow me. So there is a steady drop in the fight against corruption. And this report they mentioned the CPI now globally and they use for assess corruption. They say the corruption perception, Sierra Leone score in the corruption perception index has recently declined from 35 to 33 out of 100. You know, say when person score 33 over 100 in university, then they say now almost now E you get. E.
Depends on.
Allow you don't talk allow me now E you get. I mean you fail. So Sierra Leone score on corruption is still fail globally. And the report also mentioned, the World Governance Index. The World Governance Index also says Sierra Leone fail. The World Governance Index on corruption. The report mentioned the World Justice Publication, WJP, Rule of Law Index, and then sub-index abuse, absence of corruption. The report say, while Sierra Leone be maintain a score of 36 in 2021, 2022, 2023, there has been a sudden decline to 35. Where they show say Sierra Leone they below the regional average. That means below Africa we average. We're at 38. Sierra Leone they below. Well, for me, I think first of all,
not only the corruption where the report
first of all, I think
weakness
this
of
is my
state
opinion.
institutions.
I think the person at the Anti-Corruption Commission, where they lead the Anti-Corruption Commission, does not supposed to be there from a moral standpoint.
Why?
You are not the moderator. It does not supposed to be there. He lives an ostentatious lifestyle. To fight corruption, you don't need to live an ostentatious lifestyle. They go after the flies and let the house go free. And then fly there, they go catch. This NRA issue, this man mentioned, see, then they sell us there. Ask who suffered at NRA Customs. Staff there, where they do the entry. They suffered. They spent time at CID. They suffered at corruption. And suddenly we just see them come, they make one mushroom thing, say out of court settlement, who they sell the property. What happened to the state? You sell those property, you are going to auction them. Is it commensurate to what that person stole? That person gets supervisor. Where is supervisor? Mark you, before 2018, we had somebody who was in court for deceiving the principal. That person was asked supervisor. Where is supervisor? What is supervisor do? We have an anti-corruption commission. You mentioned Paran. Not just Paran. You go see and say, now sweep the thing under the carpet. Not just Paran. You mentioned, you get the issue of the First Lady. The corruption in the case of the First Lady. When I give Lara Telopia's problem. But I highlighting that the First Lady, this is after all the First Lady don't tell you, say, I need take money, now the consolidated fund. I mean, they pay me your money. And then the report pulled out something that shows, what's in the current Anti-Corruption Commissioner tell you? He's saying they go begin investigate from 1930. For Momo and Wef, Bakaba and Wef, and Eskoma and Wef. President corruption, you're not investigator. You say to go investigate back. Somebody. There has also been several other corruption cases involving people. Recently, they asked about a case in the SLBC matter. Now, it's a sister television station. He just tried for play around them. For me, I think, and we also say the man don't go to politics, the year of action. He has made political statements. In any serious country, I've said it in a group. In any serious country, you know they wait for be sacked. They resign. Don't they tell you, say, if they give me this country, in a Facebook post, if they give me this country for one, that's what I go do, resign and go campaign. We saw this same man will be investigate First Lady, they tell you, say, I had a relationship with the First Lady. You know, so we have to focus it on and say, that day, the corruption, I think is the problem. Is the problem. If we want to, people possibly they face corruption genuinely, we get for look out for somebody we not they live an ostentatious lifestyle. I they give you a case in Sierra Leone when they set up the Anti-Corruption Commission. There was the first deputy commissioner at that time called Valentine Collier. He bought a vehicle. He bought a vehicle for the Anti-Corruption Commission, not for himself. He was sacked because it was considered ostentatious lifestyle. For fet graph, a country, you get for live where they lead them. But you don't get for live, they live I suddenly the China below I not buy $300 million, $300,000 property. But suddenly you're a commissioner, you have $300,000 property. It looks like like one mansion. These are all things that are in the public domain, and we should not be afraid of saying this, in my opinion. For me, as a public official, and I consider it a fair comment that we need a change of leadership at the Anti-Corruption Commission if we want to succeed. But time don't go as you say. Now it's almost 10 minutes.
But it's not a year of action.
10 minutes. The year of action. I said it also in a sister radio program. It's the year of politics. What have you been seeing? It's politics. From inside the house of the president. It is politics.
The statements of the president will be adhered to by the one that will
adhered to, my sister. It's the year of politics. 2 years to election.
But just you might say they are determined to achieve.
It's just saying. That's not make good journalists in there. For now, put on our media forensic.
That's pessimism.
Now put on our media forensic assessor. It's not politics. We don't see politics. I know that. From inside the house of the president, the first lady has been campaigning.
First lady is not a.
First lady has been campaigning inside the house of the president. Allow me. She's distracting governance.
No, she's not.
Come on,
They use convoy.
He used government paraphernalia.
Yes.
Paraphernalia, not a convoy number. Government paraphernalia.
That is not.
He used government security. He used government resources to campaign. As I sit here, in we recent budget, they budgeted for the first lady office. They hide under education for sanitary pad over 40 billion.
Because now that's what they ask
over 40 billion.
Are you saying
last year alone they budget for her? I will not see do sanitary pad last year, but they budgeted for her, and these are the things we should be talking about. So, you want your question again?
Are you saying political campaign the first lady they do all the engagement they
not all you. The first lady has been saying it. I should not come here and say it. That been saying it's clear. They've been campaigning politically. 620 ask Mike Berewa. It was on 620. Ask my Berewa. He said don't get 620 delegates. And the code down there ask Mike Berewa. And my Berewa is working for the president. But he's also in the politics of the first lady. You see? 620 ask Mike Berewa. So come on, let's go back to the issue of corruption. But can she don't say, yes, me I go always say there have been strides made for the fight against corruption. But if you, as you mentioned in your statement, in your question, if you take Chicha them, you parade them for petty corruption. First of all, you know that there are types of corruption. For petty corruption. And they are not paid.
But for the ACC, whenever we get their challenger with the question of petty corruption, they said for them, the lens corruption and corruption.
Globally, also, it's when you go read governance books and they tell you about the level of corruption, petty, grand corruption, institutional corruption. That's what they need for tell we. So for petty corruption, and when you look at the Afrobarometer perception survey, then they tell you say Sierra Leonean and believe say that people are corrupt. Over 70% Sierra Leonean. They believe say people are corrupt because they are poor. They are not paid much. Teachers, they are corrupt because they are not paid much. We have in the country, we get the one then they pay superbly. They will get the one then they pay, the one they make the country, then teacher, then police, then soldier. Can you imagine? Two soldiers they working for the president, the one killing company for $100. When are 2 million, 2,300 use. It shows the level of poverty in the country.
I don't get anything from
it shows the level of poverty.
It has to do with greed.
Now when the poverty, now they bring greed.
No, not when they bring greed.
Now they bring greed.
There is no measure to that.
Now they bring greed. You got your time.
No.
You talk this to keep quiet. I'm a senior academician. I respect you as a senior academician. When you talk this to, I keep quiet. Senior, please, senior, allow me for land. We got another academician brother there. You are the umpire. Please continue. You know, so when you talk about what they talk about, the report, this report, so to for begin say, now warning, IMF for let we get that 75 million we IMF give me. some of us knew the background. Last year, April, I money they for don't carry. IMF came. They refused to do the review. Finding out that government spend out of the budget on what they call infrastructure, roads, and electricity.
We're not visible.
We ask the question, where are the roads that you say you spend this money for? Later, we can get saying that some certain company and go pay $60 million too. So we get for be serious about IMF. Sometimes then here, and these are the few institutions where the global institution now where they lend money. Now the world is moving towards multipolar states. Country there like America, like Germany, England, where they lend money, then they reduce them aid. We are going into multipolar states. So if we get a few institutions that we have to be serious. We have to be serious because this is not a capital investment country.
The seriousness we talk about. If you listen the president in year's Eve speech, now that seriousness they is say this year of action get for take. Although a consistent talk again with it to the public when they govern gets for do with the number of movements where the president they make in and out of the country.
No,
and people even believe say secret boss now don't say IMF don't catch government say again for cut down on in traveling. You think say the resources where the president and entourage can use on traveling, if that's reduced, it will get any impact on the economy for
significantly. Because the president in the recent budget is budgeted for over 100 billion on traveling alone. Just for travel. It didn't have the budget. When you go to the indexes of the budget, you read them, you see presidential traveling, overseas traveling. In fact, there is an account now. 2 accounts created for the office of the president, and a new one from 3 years ago they created. The presidential overseas traveling account at the Bank of Sierra Leone. They get the First Lady account, Office of the First Lady account, at the Bank of Sierra Leone. So for let somebody who can't tell me, say First Lady go campaign, not to salon money, government money, it's less to be desired. You question about traveling. The president gets statutory, and you get in governance. You get statutory traveling. You get discretionary travel. As I always say, statutory travel, like when the president of ECOWAS, chairman of ECOWAS, or a member of ECOWAS State Sierra Leone, we president is bound for go ECOWAS heads of authority meeting or any ECOWAS meeting with heads of state in the day. The president also bound for attend the UN General Assembly meeting. These are statutory bodies. Another statutory bodies them AU. Other statutory body there. But for example, for let the president go say they go tell us for being in Ghana discretionary travel. The president will get the people in the heart, he go send him for a minister, he go represent him. Because the president they go to team, sometimes a chartered flight. And one of the other issues that they give like a tell of previous problem. When they charter that flight, say then they go for honeymoon in Lebanon. Remember that flight to honeymoon in Lebanon? Where they charter that flight there, when a pharmaceutical company na be the procurement agent instead of a traveling agency. Like a tell of pick them up. Inside this IMF report, it did how they treat auditor general. So come back to the president in travel. Like if the president say, okay, they go the Turkey world African leaders. Yeah, that is statutory. The president go like this world government heads. But when you look, some president they go in Africa. Even the recent one way happened so na Ghana. I only saw 2 head of state. Our president and the Ghanaian president, because it's the host. I saw most foreign ministers. Some presidents they go, then they consider, because when president they travel, it takes more. So they consider you. And World Bank don't tell we, I agree. Maybe now that make it go. Some other cases them, they go. But you get a president where on an average in a month, and they travel 2 times. And we have been thinking, say we been say this year an year of action. The first action we for been take.
Now for
But
cut down the
it's not
travel.
the first time travel was South Africa by meeting on a directors and supposed
Yes.
ministers.
So now they tell you now so we think say we say this year of action. If they cut down the travel, but in January, more not treat them. Those are statutory, so I can give it to it. Those are statutory.
We for bring Mike
in.
Especially on this issue we get for do this issue we get for do with traveling. If you go out there and do vox pop now, one thing when many Sierra Leoneans then go tell you say they're not able yet for puts a measure on the travel number of trips so the presidents will make and that of waiting them trips and they benefit them as a nation. This not a year of action. The presidents get for continue then travel here in as much as the year of action.
As much as presidents get for travel. Get for travel as long as they travel then they make sense. Look, Mabel, we shouldn't be talking about the cost of president travels. We should be talking about the benefits of those travels coming into this country. But before I land on that, I just want for piggyback to some certain things and when brother talk, make clarification. My brother for understand say first of all, the first lady of this country in office now an extension to the office of the president. Let's have that known for us. So now she's the chief hostess of this country.
Under Oslo.
Now that they tell you. It's an extension of the office of the president. Now
Under
our constitution, look at.
Which
say
provision we cover and say
the first lady's office is an office, it's an extension of the office of the president. I don't care for constitutional law. If you want to look them up. My brother said I know that the first lady's office is an extension of office of the president. Yeah? Like I get other offices than where they under the president. The first lady in office is an cut me anywhere. So first lady said get a role. She's the chief hostess of this country. They get a role where they play. If my brother
she's the wife of the president.
She's the chief hostess of this country. I don't know if you understand what you say. Like who guest in the kind of this country. So first lady, one of in paramount role for not only this first lady, all first ladies in this country. One of them paramount role and then the host. Where people that they come and then host. And now when I come. I don't want let you take me thoughts away. I don't want let you take me thoughts away. Will I land? No, wait, will I land? And if you take a look at how first ladies now they operate now this way, you look at offland, you look at how the new directives they go now. In fact, the latest offland meeting we then get OU create a whole platform for them, wives and for all the AU presidents them. Then create a space where there are even negotiations now for letting start for pay for the first ladies of this country. Because they believe in a hard support to the husbands and more than the work, the way dimensions they go. So first of all, I want my brother know that. My brother talk about sanitary pad. If there is one thing you want to give first lady is Hands of Our Gas project. That is one of the projects in this country where don't make tremendous effort. Where you look at the way the reduction of girl child pregnancy don't come down. You look at how infections don't come down. You look at how retention in school, girl child completion don't come on.
Then we don't go both private and public funds. We don't go.
You measure. You able. Alex, you able to measure the amount of girl picking away we not get belly because of this program. The amount of girl picking away they finish school now, you able to cost that comparatively to the money we don't go inside that. You look at impact here.
Survey report you disclose so where they show say their number then they will reduce.
So you know
the first lady Hands of Our Gas.
So you know they look at Mabel, you know they look at reports in across country. You know they look at the UNESCO report we talk about girls completion in high school.
It's tied to the first lady.
So you know not say link to that. You know how many where woman in the mess. Well, I come.
No, let me just
ask me a question. I
want let you show the report.
So this is what I'm telling you now. So allow me.
You just ask me.
Allow me to tell you now. The UNESCO report, where they talk about girl child completion rate. How if you say Pekin complete school? You look at and say, do you know how many days where if woman in mess, if Pekin a mess, how many days if you accumulate them days and the way they lost school, you know how many days? You know the impact of providing the stigma where picking and they go if then they mess home, I mean they're not able to provide parts for them picking and when they go school if then they mess. You know how many days then they lost if they sit down home, how many hours of instruction and learning when they lost if you accumulate that over the year.
But there is nowhere where the reports, the highlights say it's tied to the hands of our girls.
I give you that this is your expert knowledge, you're a medical person.
Yeah, but the question I ask is,
no, listen,
but you can't make statements, you not get something for back them up.
No, I tell you.
If the report show say, this now the impacts where directly the hands of our girls don't make on the girls them. Now that's what they ask when you cite this UNESCO reports were open so.
But gas completion.
Now you cite say.
But gas completion, right?
Now you cite say. They talk about that, but you not get no say a link them to that of waiting.
So sometimes the report not dive because sometimes the report, if you read the report done, and not dive, waiting at the results or waiting at the responsibilities or the criteria as we make when they arrive to that. So I am telling you, you are not allowing me to talk. This is the problem with that. Allow me. What is mommy they talk on? Allow me talk. Allow me to flow. I know they have for Lona.
You are still not there for flow where the
allow me to interrupt me. I want you
not again clear interpretations of.
The point. No, listen, Alex. This is the problem. This is the problem. This woman, maybe I'll ask me a question. Say, how hands of our girls
tied to UNESCO reports were open.
UNESCO reports we talk about. I give you a broader picture. I talk about gas completion rates. You even ask me now. I cut the report, so you don't pull the report. Then you say how hands of our girls tied to UNESCO report. Maybe you don't know. So allow me make a land. Make I explain to you. But you keep interrupting me, maybe. You know what? Allow me land. At the time for tell you say when picking they go school, when younger the teenagers in they go school, they get hours when they lost. In the educational hour, you already allow me back. This is the thing. Can you just allow me to land? If it is up to you, listen to me, Mabel. I am here to talk to the people. I don't care for convince you. So if I talk something, allow me make a land or make me premise, you can ask question. I think that is
what the premise again. Not for making too long.
No, but you keep interrupting me.
Go ahead.
All right.
So I just explained to you. Said the impact with the hands of our girls they create. I talked about reproductive health here, reproductive health in kids, in children, in girls. I tell you, say a lot of girls and they where they lost school and they lost instructional hours, when they mess. If you accumulate that, let me say for every month, if woman they lost, let me say 8 to 10 days of your education. If girl picking they lost 8 to 10 days of your education, you calculate that 8 to 10 days of your education by 1 whole year. Now a lot of instructional learning that girl picking they lost.
So that analysis is not part of your experience as medical person.
Part of my experience, and if you watch a lot of
tied to the UNESCO report,
so all land they contribute to what? To gas completion rates way high. So there are a lot of factors were responsible for girls for letting complete school.
In other words,
it comes to free quality education, reproductive health care. It comes to what? Secondly, funding all the give. It comes to even the school feeding all the.
So actually, they bundle all this human capital development to one at the top, but say they focus. I just bundle like puts one.
Not all the human.
We get different sectors and where they contribute to the human capital development. Even the education they talk about, if people not get better food for it, you're not going to go to school.
Fine.
So that's you get different elements them where they support the free quality education.
We are not talking about free quality education.
No, of course, when you talk about the number of people that don't increase for go, girl people don't increase for go school.
We know not to increase.
Don't go up.
And they talk about girl picking and we don't complete, we don't finish school. There are factors who are responsible. I'm not talking about boys, I talk about girls. There are factors who are responsible for like girl picking them. Finish school. That report so that woman they pull probably not highlights them factors in there.
But the UNESCO report,
no, it just talk about say it just support what they talk, but it not highlight sometimes it not highlights saying that this responsible, this responsible, this responsible. So that is why I am giving you the reasons that are responsible for a girl child finish school. One of the reasons so responsible for a girl child, not a boy child for finish school, I talk about reproductive health. And when you look at the Hands of Our Girls program, where they support reproductive health in school, it's like contributing factor for legal picking and finish school.
All right.
Don't take that away from her. Okay.
Fight against corruption will continue for decline. Reports them, international report, they don't continue for show indication for show say they go down. So, but many other things. And also, all this way, this fight all they go with the action where the president don't say. If anything progressive get far.
Of course, yes. If presidents know No, see that. So president said the year of action. This is not a year we are in.
This is a year of politics.
That's an opinion, not a fact.
You not believe that?
That's an opinion.
It's
subjective.
All they say people and they talk.
Alex, my opinion. It's subjective. Dixon go consider. Dixon are critics of government. They will consider talk anything.
Just like any journalist.
No, so that's why I say it's an opinion. It's not a fact. But what me they try for talk about a year of action? Where they talk about year of action? This year of action. Let me come back to it. They say talk about presidential travels. Dixon, let me make this very clear to you, bro. The fundamental, major, critical work of a president in today's geopolitics now for travel. Then travels the how presidents they make. Now make I tell you, say we shouldn't talk about the cost of travel. We'll talk about the benefits of the travel. Dixon then travels the how president they make. Now they construct bridges. Because when president travel, you know what's going to happen? On the margins, on the peripherals, on the lines of the meetings, they get discussions. Then discussions what presidents they make. Now they build bridges. Now they don't put standalone electricity in all hospitals them across this country. Now they put oxygen na baby care units them across this country. Now they feed picking them over 15 districts across this country. Then travel to see how presidents they make. Dixon. Now they create this space where they support, where we get free space where people that don't they talk so. Then travel see how presidents they make. Then conversations how they make. Now they build hospitals across this country. Then travel see how presidents they make. Now they don't make rice production. Let me put it in this context. Let Liam see the law now understand. When you take a look at our energy infrastructure, Mabel, it costs $2.3 billion for make we get an energy infrastructure, or get energy access to like 85% people then get energy in this country. Alex, who say if you say that money they come out, the president not travel. If you don't go now the places we are in, the players then the energy and drivers then sit down. We feed salon project for how we get food availability to how we want them. We cost them 1.2 billion. Out of that 1.2 billion, the only money we don't get out of now about 200 and something million. How you feel say that money they come? You think president sits here, you get for sending ambassador, you get for sending minister? You know what's in a face-to-face diplomacy?
Well, president spent about $27 million in 2025 travel.
You compare them to the 200 plus million where feed salon don't get. You compare to them pledges that they wouldn't go make in a Vienna where president go in one visit to go make. So you go compare them to the hospitals, the 1,500 classrooms them all don't build across this country.
You, Mike, you talk about.
So who side president they go? Majority tell me who side president they go where other company presidents and all the.
You talk about
majority of travels where they go there, where they go back.
Dixon just don't talk. This recent na Ghana.
About Ghana na security team. In fact, what he mentioned it was not only the president of Ghana, but the president of Liberia was there also.
You talk
right?
About
the president of Liberia was there. It was a regional security meeting. The one that they want for let and they did. The work of a president, one of the paramount work of the president in today's geopolitics, not for travel. The president is the chief diplomat of this country. He's the chief negotiator of this country. Yeah? So when you look at president in travel, it's easy for let people then cancel them because I feel say when I said the media, we sometimes probably not communicate that better it. When president go, what they get, the benefits where they come. So we are all into this. So you look at opposition supporters or civil society, they will go, oh, president they travel too much. Oh, president they do. But president they travel. How you feel say hospitals they need? How you feel say
part of the travel? For example, I will travel for say I go Bo. I use public transport. But the concern with many people again get this president they work out a private jet. So people will make examples. I will watch an example. Let's say somebody they make. Mahama go Dubai. The government at Dubai send a private plane, or then go with them. But we own president go to your private chairman of ECOWAS.
So let me give you.
So who's calling?
So the Mahama way they talk so. There was a recent uproar that the Ghana, but follow Joy TV in Ghana. When are some of one of the leading waiting self. So there was this conversation about the president we come. We just kind of say they travel a lot. So one day the president be the go. I don't know which one. And Brazil be the go. I think there was some statutory meeting where we did it. President take a private jet, commercial plane. President went and stuck in Dubai for almost 14 hours. A meeting, a compromise in security breach, because there was a breakdown in connecting flights and all that. For Christ's sake, the president is the fountain of honor. He is our ceremonial head in this country. Just like what in president, you know how many travels, so you know how many bottle president take kill with one stone. So president went to Ghana, Ghana ago. From Ghana, where you come out Ghana directly. I go to Dubai. If not to be private jet, you get to take another plane. So now waste them.
Dubai, what's next?
So how Iwala just give the president the itinerary and sit down.
He is the president. They work for the people. He's traveling for biscuits and he just don't stay to go for continue for travel. Even inside the year of action.
Maybe we know the president in travel not a secret, but we not go just pull an adonum and always kind of tell you say as director of communications to my president they go here, to my president already we will put them out. You know go hide. I'm very necessary. It gets a lot of security implications to that back.
But so he has promised the IMF say go reduce on the number of travelers.
That quotes for me by Usai IMF puts.
I don't need for tell you. I don't need for tell you
just no.
I don't tell you no.
So the thing back is.
That's why you're here to answer the question and verify whether it's true or not.
No. When I talk about UNESCO report, you cut this one.
Because you said a report. I never said a report. Listen. We had the president promise say. I have a source that I cannot disclose. So can you please verify whether it's true that the president don't tell the IMF say go reduce in traveling?
There is nowhere, let me just make this very clear here on your TV. There is nowhere in any IMF report where one president for travel. That's lie. That's misleading. That is not even a question, because it's not authoritative. And then say that, then talk them with Dixon, and can talk with them, Kisidon, I radio, then talk with them, Nick. There is no fact to that.
And the bottom line is
there is no fact to that, yeah?
Right?
So, maybe wait, there is no fact to that. Maybe I just make them very known. It is imperative on Una Self-Way Sidona as Liberty TV. I am coming, Alex. It is imperative on Una Self-Way Sidona. For sometimes, let we have a conversation, let's look at the cost-benefit analysis of president in travel. Because it's also good for Una. You don't go compare like somebody can sit down and say president don't spend 30 million. I just gave you an analysis. You feel say for let you get energy sovereignty, energy independence in this country. Now money what they sit down now generate inside Salonia if president not travel. We talk about $2.3 billion. Fit Salon is $1.8 billion. How you feel say them money they come if president not traveling, if don't go partner with people them. If president not go negotiate. Yeah? The president in travel, they also add a lot of respect to this country.
So this IMF within a nationalism newspaper. So
I know they have for quote. I know they have for quote. I just tell you so.
This is a terrible restriction.
I know they have not put me on a.
What quote say? Yeah, because they challenge me.
Listen.
So nationalist newspaper will publish them.
No.
Say the president. IMF don't caution them.
Alex, I've made this very clear. Quote me anywhere. There is no report. No IMF report.
No meeting.
No IMF report, no meeting, nothing, not the way tell presidency, no institution, no global institution, not the way write and anybody count me and pull them out, say, president for stop travel. They don't cut president, they don't want presidency, let's stop for travel. Yeah? Because no president they travel, even the organizations, yeah, then CEOs and directors, then travel, the whole president they travel, and they get high level meetings with them.
All right, yeah? Let's just come over to
this man don't do all the talking, but it's okay.
We can wrap up the program. What will you advise the government of Sierra Leone at this stage, even with these technical reports? Although Mike say they take them in good faith because they ask for them and then go implement the recommendations. What would you advise them to do?
The technical reports get a detailed recommendations.
Sure.
And some of their recommendations now they yearn for in with constitutional development of a make democracy better. Then also not make the recommendation in the opaquely. They not make it in vain. They make the recommendation in light of the findings. And they also do it in researchers and we call comparative analysis. And compare we and other countries, like for example, the appointment of independent institutions like Auditor General, like the Chief Justice, like the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, then he weighs them where we can make them very independent and better. Now coming to my brother talk say the president enroll now for travel.
I say paramount,
fundamental responsibility
of president to
now for travel.
Because he's a chief diplomat, he's the chief negotiator of this country.
The chief diplomat and the chief negotiator of this country.
Yes.
And you mentioned saying that the global village, the geopolitics, you mentioned geopolitics. I take them step by step. President Bio, before 2018, condemned the former president in the SLPP manifesto. Say they travel 50 fata. Say they travel 50 fata in the West the country money.
SLPP manifesto?
Yes, video SLPP manifesto.
You
the 2018 SLPP manifesto. There. I'll give you the page. I don't get her offhand. I'll give you. I don't get her offhand. I don't get her offhand.
I read.
Maybe by the time the program go down.
I read the
but nothing this. Allow me. That the thing this one I don't quote several times. I cannot recall the page.
President about excesses.
This man talk about saying company travel 50 fata. He say when can go reduce traveling presidential. In fact, there is a whole section in the new direction manifesto where they talk about revenue generation. They talk about cutting down on government travel, cutting down. So, and we as journalists, we all you hold government to accountable with what he say. And this president, we don't make this kind see. I will tell you, say, when you come back to geopolitics, we have geopolitical players, and Sierra Leone is not one of them.
Yeah.
Yes, I will tell you
somebody that. Somebody sits on the Security Council is not
one of
just
them. Last year.
And the ECOWAS chairman is not one of them.
What are you talking about? Sierra Leone, when we talk about geopolitics.
What are you talking about?
I'm coming.
What you say?
I'm coming.
You go.
I tell you now. Allow me talk. Allow me not interject me. Who control this man? When it comes to geopolitics, the one that will get geopolitics, where they do geopolitics, the America. President Obama in 8 years traveled only 54 times. Only 54 times. He get money. America get money past Sierra Leone. Because and they are geopolitical, they are world leaders. Travel only 54 times.
Because leaders in America
they come wait me land. Wait me land. President Trump. In this time and 19 time, we get a president from 2018 to now. We don't travel over 100 times. Some of this traveling, they make sense. Some of this travel, they don't make sense. You understand? You talk about say them pledge money there. You know when you say $200 million enter this economy, what do you mean? The changes that we go do. You know sometimes they just make statements.
You don't see it.
They just make say 200 million no come. 200 million we enter we hit. Like now I make some of we they pray God for the fact that we see the vice president and his team, and they make way with and they make a strong way with the MCC. They pray God for that $500 million they enter. So because according to the MCC architecture, that money they can't sit on one bank.
Another kind must go like that.
They can't sit on one bank. Wait till that done. That bank, that local, that's Sierra Leone bank. We get forget that we go that money. It go make a huge impact. Now we economy. It go turn we economy around. We want them, but you know go just say now so money now you know kind of we economy, and we are not feeling it. So for me, I think say government in terms of the report. The corruption report, the diagnostic, and then make the World Bank do one. And I warn him. I want for the government look at the recommendation. Critical recommendation. I'm happy maybe the president don't try for do one by slashing the mineral wealth fund, asking the attorney general for slash up. Some of we even before IMF they come out, you know. Yes. We don't publish the mineral wealth fund.
The Minister of Finance deceive the principal.
It's deceiving the principal. For me, I think say even before they sack him, if na sober country, I can always say if na serious country they resign before they sack him.
All right. Many thanks. We can at the program this morning. As we wrap up our mic, what you go left with the viewers then,
So the viewers,
especially regarding this technical report from the IMF as requested by
the
Una.
viewers, them, I just want my brother make mention of certain things before I go to my last word and make mention of.
So your last word, yeah, your final statement.
Your final statement, thank you. Last word today for today. Now that I mean, only brother make mention say 200 million hits in this year. But that 200 million way hits. Now don't increase production to 8% so. Now don't bring rice price coming down. That 200 million way hit so. Now don't make we don't register more
local rice price.
Rice price don't come down because at the end of the day, even the import rice, it don't come down because they force for sell and done because of the local rice.
Very expensive.
Expensive. I totally get that. But the fact here is how many people they eat local rice? When last meal you eat local rice, we all know see the rest where everybody they eat here. Now, so that is why government. So that is why. Now, my last one, give me a lot of talk. When the man they talk now, so the point why I know, the reason why I like now understand is this. It's very clear. Yeah. If you look at the taxes, if you look at the budget, the pro-people budget will put this 2025, 2026. Listen, that come. We'll go find it. No, listen. We'll come in there. No, listen. Allow me that land. You'll find out that we are weighing taxes more on things than where they come out. Make sure say we look at commodities there, let them thrive, let them succeed. Yeah. So the fact here is no wait now we'll talk about waiting at the top first. The fact here is rest price don't go down. Yeah. So my last word I want let people understand here is
can go up, so I know they can go up.
But you interject.
That's what you do.
No.
Interject me.
All right.
Okay, let me just finish. My last word I want let people understand here is
the reports.
Yes, study reports. So me last word I want to let people here is now we ask for this report, people of Sierra Leone. Now we say let IMF do this technical report because we President Bio say this here of action. We want to look at who for be better. We want to look at who for improve so that it will affect the lives of people. We people them. So all these reports where they don't find their recommendations there, where they don't find, then people they get for do strategic training, then get for empower the financial systems, then get for come and train and provide resources and make sure say will be better. So we are a government that listens to people, then reports out, take them, let them criticize you. We're open to that, but we are going to be better. Let people go back and look at all from the years to years we have been better. You look at treasury bills, it don't come down. You look at how the dollar rates they don't be stagnant. Inflation rates don't come down. Then they're not a thing where they just come down by paper.
But
they come from they have been stable for a while.
Fair.
You know they go at least we get availability of local commodities maybe and markets.
Right,
in Boku. Yeah. So the point here I want to let people understand here is Sierra Leone is not where we want it to be. Yeah, but we are working towards that. Right? We are on the right trajectory to economic recovery. And that is why we are going to get a third term.
That's a discussion for another day. Many thanks for joining me at the program this morning. Mike Berra, Director of Communications and State House, and we also get Thomas Dixon, a colleague journalist and social commentator. Now, this edition of the Breakfast Show go left on. Many thanks to the production team. Make this edition meet now. Until we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.
All right, Alex Lawrence Koma, they say join we at 8 as we do politics and the people. Until then, get yourself a blessed day.
Me, now super kaiba.
Yes, so plenty Soba Kaiba don boss. Oregon Punado, the mega campaign all over the country. When they turn all man to Soba Kaiba, just dial star 500 hash for activate the Soba Kaiba offer and talk Poku or dial hash 144 hash or use Maxit for pay with orange money anytime, any side and start chance for win. Soba price them every week like solar kits them. Okada generator and every month one person go win keke or they give you the power for build your life, support your family and better your community. You self can live the Soba Kaiba life.
Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards.